Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown today. Going to be building an OU team around Mega Aggron and then I'll be testing it out on the ladder to make improvements. And the final team will be down below in the description for all of you to try out. So looking at Mega Aggron right here, I think it has a lot of potential as a Spit F Steel type. Being able to go ahead and take on Pokemon like Magearna and Tapu Lele is very valuable. Similarly to something like what Jirachi, Heatran, and Ferrothorn would do. The one big difference, of course, that holds Mega Aggron back is the fact that because it has to hold a Mega Stone, you can't actually get reliable recovery. Well, not really reliable recovery, but you can't hold leftovers, which is like really detrimental to Mega Aggron, but I think we can make it work right here. We have Rocks and then 3 attacks, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, and Fire Punch. I think the first 3 moves are definitely what you have to run. And then you can mix up Fire Punch with something like, I believe it gets Roar. You can also run something like, I believe it gets Curse, so you could run like Curse 2 attacks in Rocks. I could definitely see that working out. And then obviously Toxic is also an option right here. So I'm not going to run Fire Punch just because I want a way to hit Mega Scissor, as well as potentially weaken Ferrothorn. Now, the main reason I'm running Fire Punch is because I know I want to add a Choice Scarf Lele to the team, because in my opinion, it's the best way to abuse the Stealth Rock support that Mega Aggron provides. Choice Scarf Lele is a really great revenge killer and late game cleaner, and Rock support just make that all the much better right here. So I'm going to go ahead and run a Choice Scarf Tapu Lele with Psychic. I'm not going to run Psyshock because you usually only run that with spec sets to 2-hit KO Chansey, and you cannot actually do that with a Scarf set right here. So I'm going to go to run Psychic. I think I'll run Moonblast, of course, and then probably Hidden Power Fire and Focus Blast. So the combination of Rocks and Fire Punch being able to go ahead and pressure steals really helps out Tapu Lele right here. And I do want to go ahead and just run a Timid Nature to be able to outpace Pokemon like Choice Scarf Landorus T, Kyurem Black, and opposing Tapu Lele with Choice Scarf potentially on a speed tie. So we're going to go ahead and do that right here, and I think the Rocks and Fire Punch support that Mega Aggron offers Lele right here just makes this such a reliable win con, and it starts our physical special split really nicely right here with a physical attacker and then a special one. So I like that. Now moving forward with the team, there are definitely obviously some common weaknesses between these two. Neither of them resist water, so Ash Greninja is a problem. Tapu Lele can check Ash Greninja, but it's not going to switch in by any means. So potentially a switch into that could be helpful. Tangrowth comes to mind, so does, well, I don't really want to run Ferrothorn because that would be doubling up on physical steals, and those kind of overlap, so that's not really my thing. Another option would be AV Magearna. Same sort of things, like even though they're not both physical, I don't want to run double steal with Spit F, because I would run AV, of course, so I don't want to do that. I'm thinking either Toxapex or Feeny right here make a lot of sense. Now, Toxapex is kind of a lame mon. I really hate using that thing because it just switches in, gets up T-Specs and whatnot. Tapu Bulu right here is not a bad option. It would weaken my Earthquake though, and I don't know how much I like that, but potentially something like an SD Fightinium Z set to lure Steel types could be very helpful. I could see that working out. What other options are right here for Ash Greninja? Like I said, Tangrowth is right there. Tangrowth, Bulu, or Feeny. What am I thinking? Feeny would provide us defog support, which could allow us to add some more Stealth Rock Weakmon later. I do like the sound of that as well. It would also provide me with a Keldeo switch in, which I don't have either. Let's think about that. Is there anything else that I would want to run? Keldeo could not be a bad idea. I could run like a Specs Keldeo that resists Ash Greninja's dual stab. I kind of like the sound of that. Now, because I would run probably Specs Keldeo, I would want to add Revolt Turn support later just to be able to get it in more reliably, but I think that's probably my best bet right here. Just to keep up the pressure, I think we can add other forms of hazard control, but I really like the idea of running a Choice Specs Keldeo right now, so let's go ahead and do that. I think just being able to soften teams with Specs Keldeo could be great for Lele too, just because if we break through Pokemon like Ferrothorn, even with Water-type attacks, Lele's Psychic just becomes so much more spammable, so I like this. We're on Hydro Pump. I actually like to run Scald now because I want to be able to burn Bulu on the switch-in. And Surf versus Scald is not that big of a difference because Scald's going to go ahead and OHKO Pokemon like Landorus T anyway. So I definitely appreciate that. They both obviously OHKO Heatran. Going to go ahead and run Secret Sword, of course. And then for the last move, I think Icy Wind just makes a lot of sense right here. Being able to go ahead and pressure the Lotties. The Lotties aren't that big of a deal to these two Pokemon, but it's really the best option right here. I don't really like the idea of Stone Edge on a not Choice Scarf set. So we're going to go ahead and do this and just run Max Special Attack and Max Speed Timid. Now, a lot of my breaking potential right now is special attackers, so that's something I do have to keep in mind. Mega Aggron is a physical attacker, but it's more of a switch-in wall, just get up rocks and maybe throw off a couple attacks, if anything. So I want a more physically based breaker right here if possible. Now, we already have two choice Pokemon on the team, so that's usually how much I like to run. I really don't like running 3. Sometimes I will, just to be able to obviously run a choice Specs, a choice Scarf, and a choice Band, but I think right here I may go with something like, I don't know, Kyurem Black sounds great. It would add to Hazard Weakness to the team, though. Not quite sure if I like that. Let's keep that in mind. Kyurem Black I haven't actually used in a while, so that could definitely do the job. Victini is another cool choice. Maybe we can run like a choice Band set, but like I said, that would add a triple choice to the team. I really like Kyurem Black right here because it can break physically, but it also has access to Z move, so it doesn't rely on like a choice Band or anything. Let's do that. Let's run Kyurem Black right here. As much as I hate adding Hazard Weak Pokemon to such a not Hazard Weak team, we can add Hazard Control if we really feel the necessity. So let's go ahead and just run this right here. I believe we'll run a Naive Nature because I'm going to go Mixed. And we'll run ICMZ, of course, with Freeze Shock. And then we'll run... Let me make sure I put the 4 EVs into this Pokemon before I forget. We'll put it in Defense right there because we want an odd HP stat. We'll run Freeze Shock, Earth Power. I'm thinking Fusion Bolt would make a lot of sense right here too. And then probably just Ice Beam for the last move. So pretty standard Kyurem Black. I really don't think Hidden Power Fire is that big of a deal just because we have Specs Keldeo to break through Mega Scizor and Ferrothorn. So that could be good for us right here. And I really like the offense that we have right here along with the rock support. So 2 more Pokemon. Now that I have a Kyurem Black on the team, I need Hazard Control at some point. What are some good Hazard Control options for us? Now, Cortana looks like a problem, so Torn could be good potential. Defensive Landorus T with Defog is kind of a whack choice, so I don't know if that's what I want to do. Erdomoss should overlap with Keldeo, and it's also not a Cortana check. Like, we could run like a Fizz Def Superior, like a max HP, max speed, something like that. Kind of a whack choice too. I don't know how much I like that. I'm thinking Torn makes a lot of sense right here because it would provide us the U-turn momentum and the hazard control that I want, and I value that a lot. So let's go ahead and just run Helmet Torn right here, a more bulky variant to make sure I can take a hit from Scarf Land OT. Like a Stone Edge, for example. I would not take an Explosion, but we'll see right here. Because like Ground Spam looks really good against this team too so far, so Torn kind of helps out with that problem. Let's go ahead and run Max Speed right here. I believe they run minus Defense because you run... Actually, I'm pretty sure they run minus perhaps Attack right here because U-turn and Knockoff are not your main stabs. So yeah, we'll go right here with Hurricane, U-turn. Do I want Taunt or Knockoff? I feel like we can break bulk pretty naturally between Kyurem Black and Keldeo. I feel like I'll just go right here with U-turn Knock and then perhaps a Defogger, obviously, and then Rocky Helmet. So, a really nice pivot. I have collect abilities and everything, right? This is Regenerator, this is Terravolt, Justified, Psychic Surge, and Filter. Before Mega Evolving, I do want Sturdy, so let me make sure I put that on there. And 1 slot left on the team. What am I, like, really weak to? No Ghost Resist yet, which is a problem. Scarf Blacephalon looks like a giant threat with rocks up against our team. What else looks like a problem? We need a Blacephalon check. We need something to potentially check. Maybe Superior. Scarf Serp looks like a problem too. What can help out against this? So maybe a faster Scarfer. Well, we already have Scarf Lele. I don't think we need a faster Scarfer. Just a more bulky check to those Pokemon is what I think we really need right here. So let's find a Pokemon that can go ahead and do that. Like I said, I don't want to run Double Steel right here, so I'm not going to go ahead and run Heatran. As great as it would be to go ahead and check Blacephalon, I don't really like the idea. Tyranitar right here could be a cool idea. It would basically shut down that option of Blacephalon while also providing us some more physical offense, which right now Kyurem Black's our best physical breaker. What sort of Tyranitar set would I run? So Pursuit would probably be my best idea. Pursuit could be great to break Psychic types for Keldeo. I really like the idea, I'm not going to lie. The more I the more I hear about it, the more I like it, or the more I talk about it, I guess. So that looks like a good bet right here. I'm thinking about Tyranitar just to shut that down. Let's run Tyranitar right here, and then we'll see where we can go from there. What Tyranitar spread would I run, though? I think I would run enough speed for Mega Scizor. So Mega Scizor runs... I usually run 188 to speed creep Mega Scizor. Let's do that. I think what we'll go ahead and do right here is run this, and then run the rest in HP. That doesn't sound bad, and then we'll run an Assault Vest Tyranitar right here. It's so bulky that I think it can actually work out. Let's go ahead and just run this right here. Probably just Adamant. I don't see myself running like any other sort of attack. So let's go ahead and run Stone Edge, Pursuit, Fire Punch, and then I'm thinking Ice Punch for the last move. So really good pivot right here for obviously the Blacephalon, and I think it can really work out. So we only have 2 choice Pokemon, which I like, and I really like the look of this team, so let's go ahead. I have the correct ability on this, right? Yeah, I do. So let's go ahead and get right into the games. Alright, I got a game right here. My opponent gets blown away by Kyurem Black. They have a lot of weird picks between Bronzong and Amoonguss, but this doesn't look like that bad of a matchup. I think the combination of Kyurem Black, T-Tar, and Lele should be able to put in a lot of work right here. So Sableye is going to be their lead 100%, so I'm going to lead off here with my Tornadus on Sableye, and I'm just going to go ahead, and I think U-turn out initially is a good idea, because I don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp with this thing if I don't have to. Alternatively, I'll just Hurricane right here, because nothing else wants to take a Will-O-Wisp either, so that looks good to me. I'm going to have to time my Z-move right, so I have to try to catch Bronzong or something. I missed right away, which is kind of lame. They're clearly going for a cover right here. So maybe what I can do is get in Keldeo. I don't want to take a knockoff with my Keldeo, though, so let's go ahead and just do that. And then now what I'll do is U-turn out on the recover to get in Keldeo. That sounds like a plan. And perhaps what I can do now is just go ahead and Hydro Pump him down. Goes Amoonguss, I got a crit right there, which is really cool. I just go Tornadus here to prevent anything from getting spored. That sounds fine. Like, that's clearly my switch into this. So Sableye is a good double for sure. I'll just go ahead and Hurricane it again right here just to make sure it has to recover. Yeah, it's 100% clicking recover here. So I'll go Kyurem Black now. They clearly do not have any sort of... I'm actually going to Sub-Zero Slammer right away, because damage on this is amazing anyway, and I'll just go right here for an Earth Power under the... Because I can Earth Power this due to Terravolt, that's really helpful. They go for Stealth Rocks, which I'm not all too worried about. I'll actually go right here for... I'm thinking just another Earth Power makes a lot of sense. I don't think you ever go hard Landorus, that would be kind of bad for you. Sableye is not that big of a deal, because I can go Torn on that, and just Defog here. So I have that Pokemon in a really bad spot, which could mean my Lele could have an opening right here. So I'll go ahead and U-turn out this turn into, I'm thinking, Keldeo on the Wisp. Not a big deal. And I'm actually going to go ahead and probably double to Aggron here is what I'm thinking. No, actually, I'm just going to Hydro Pump. I don't see a reason to predict anymore, because even if Bronzong comes in, I get rid of that. And now Lele looks like a really good win con for me. So Greninja comes in here. Not quite sure why. I'm going to go Tyranitar. And I know that's an interesting switch, but I'm really thinking that this may be some sort of Protean set. Maybe going for Extra Sensory or U-turn. Alternatively, I just stay in, but this Pokemon does so well. I'm going to go T-Tar here. Yeah, okay, so it is just Battle Bond. I'm really surprised that was the play. So they would have to hit 2 in a row right here. I'm going to let them do it. I'm going to go ahead and try to prevent that, but unfortunately that was not able to work out for me. How healthy is Sableye? 76. I get in Kyurem Black here. I can go ahead and Fusion Bolt and just put in some work is what I'm thinking. Amoonguss comes in, not the biggest deal. I'll go Torn on that. I don't think you go Sableye at this point. They go Ape, which is not a big deal. I'll just Hurricane Ape. Sableye comes in. I missed. That's so bad for me. I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out now. Into my... I actually want to get knocked, so I'm going to try to go Lele here on the recover. And this is where I kind of have to make a play. Am I Moonblasting or am I Psychicking? I'm going to Moonblast here. Yeah, had I Psychic, I probably won, but it's okay. I'll go Torn now on the Grand Double. So my opponent's really making a lot of maneuvers here to get ahead. I'll go Keldeo. Wow, I get blown away by that. That's insane. Let's see if they risk it again. They don't. Okay, I'm just going to go Torn here. Will they make the Grand Double again? They keep on doing it, and it's catching me right here. I'm going to go for U-turn. They unfortunately miss, which gives me an opening with my Lele right here. I mean, I missed on the Sableye, which means I pretty much would have won with Moonblast plus Psyshock, but right here I'm going to go ahead and just click. I'm going to click Moonblast here and just knock out the Grand. Nice. So I was actually planning on predicting there, but I figured they may just want to stay in and try to go for the Oko, and I was able to go ahead and catch that Pokemon. So now my Keldeo looks good. Amoonguss comes back in. Probably going to try to Spore here, if anything. Just goes for that. I'll go ahead and just Hurricane as they stay in and Giga Drain again. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happening anymore. I'm going to knock here and then just Hurricane again. I miss, unfortunately, which is really bad. I'll go for a U-turn here into my Keld as a Wisp comes out, and I'll just go ahead and Hydro Pump this. They go for Protect, which is a little bit frustrating, because Amoonguss gets to come out, yeah. I mean, I'll preserve this for the last-ditch effort attack and just go out into this. And I'm thinking I'll just Hurricane here again. And this time, I'm actually really hoping they knock me. Like, I genuinely want them to. So here, I kind of have to make another prediction. Go to Moonblast. Well, they do have Protect, so I'm going to go Kyurem Black here on this thing, and then go Torn on the Spore. They go Ape, okay, so I can just go ahead and Hurricane this. This thing keeps on coming out. I'm going to go for... I mean, eventually I'll get the Confusion. Can I maybe confuse it? There's a Confusion. I missed that one. Kinda sucks. They go for Protect. I'm running out of Hurricane, so I actually gotta be careful. Gonna go ahead and bring out my Lele here. Yes, I get knocked. That's actually what I wanted in this situation. Let's Moonblast him down. I'm so glad they knocked me. I was trying to get in on a knockoff because now I can just go ahead and Moonblast. And they can't do anything anymore. Like, something's gonna die. Ape comes in. Ape is not an issue. I do have my Torn here. It's actually Slack Off Ape, a little bit annoying. I'll go ahead and Hurricane here. I miss, which is like really annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and just Hurricane again. I missed twice in a row. Like, are we serious? I'm gonna go out into this here. That's actually so lame. Like, the fact that I missed twice. I'm gonna Earth Power this. I needed to hit that once, and then I would have won. Let's bring this out here and just go right for an Earthquake. Okay, I think they choked. I definitely don't think that was the play ever. In fact, I'll go ahead and get up rocks here. Okay, maybe I choked. Gonna go ahead and Heavy Slam into the Landers. So is this like Scarf? What's happening? I'll get in Cure in Black here. I think my Lele probably just wins. Like, this is not gonna kill me with anything. Oh, never mind, it can. But I think my Aggron comes in and beats it here. So I'll just go ahead and Heavy Slam this down. Amoonguss comes in, takes a little bit too much damage from that. So I'll go ahead and do that. Heavy Slam again here. I think I win, even though the ridiculous hacks happened. I think I'm fine here. They have to like try to switch out and come back in, I think. I mean, I just Heavy Slam and then I win with Lele. That's all that's happening here. I see what they're trying to do. I'm going to go Lele this turn. Yep, but now I just Moonblast twice, and that's going to be that. So, yeah, I couldn't let the Landers come back in to try to Rock Polish I Psychic here, and that is going to be the game. So I got really hacked out with my Torn, but we were able to go ahead and win at the end, and I'll be right back with another game. Okay, got the next game right here. We're able to go ahead and win game 1, even after all that ridiculous hacks, which is very cool. Cure and Black can have fun, but they have a Scissor, which is kind of a hard counter. Tyranitar can also have fun right here, which is very good. In fact, I might lead T-Tar. I'm gonna lead T-Tar here. I'm gonna go Torn on this though, because I want T-Tar as a pivot into the Torn, as well as the maybe, actually that's really good Rocky Helmet damage, as well as perhaps the Feeny. So this thing comes in, not quite sure why, but I'm gonna go ahead and, so I'm thinking U-turn to Keld here makes a lot of sense. Alternatively, I just knock off, but I don't want to lose my only ground immunity. So I'm gonna U-turn to Keld here, as the rocks decide to go up. Not the biggest deal, because it basically gives me a free, I'm gonna Hydro Pump here because I want to maximize damage on that Feeny coming in. So yeah, look at that. I actually even get a crit right there, which gives me 50%. So that's really good for me. Obviously, that is hacks, but I'll take it. I'll go Torn here to Defog as Nature's Madness comes out. I'll go ahead and Defog here as Moonblast just straight up got rid of me. Was not expecting it to just knock me out, but I guess it did, which is kind of bad for me. I'll go ahead and bring out... that's kind of bad for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know what to do here. I'll go Cure in Black and just Fusion Bolt. They should go Scissor initially, but on the off chance they don't. Yeah, like, this is okay with me because I forced it to Roost here. I can go ahead and bring out my Aggron to get up my rocks now. Yeah, it goes for Roost. I can just go ahead and get up my Stealth Rock here. As Heatran comes in. I'm Earthquaking right now. And that's the Lele resist gone right there. So that's really helpful for me. And my opponent like kind of has to somehow break through this. So this thing comes out. This thing's a problem. I think because I already got rid of that Pokemon and Aggron doesn't do a ton much health here, I'm just going to Heavy Slam into this. So I guess Scissor is going to come out here because it can even take a -1 Fire Punch. Or I guess Feeny, huh? Really confused about the Feeny play, but I'll go ahead and Heavy Slam now. I'm willing to sack Aggron, but they're getting rid of all their Keldeo switch-ins, so not quite sure what their thought process is. Greninja comes in. I'm not going to let my Keldeo take this hit. I'm going to go Tyranitar, I think. Do I need Aggron anymore? I don't think I do. I'm going to Earthquake. My opponent is getting pretty unlucky right here with their Hydro Pump miss. They hit that one, okay. I mean, but now what I get to do is I just bring out Keld, and I click Hydro Pump here. Landorus T gets sacked. Torn is going to come out here. I think Keld is going to win. I think my opponent messed up when they gave me so much damage on their Feeny, as well as the Heatran. I think that was a big misplay. Just got to be careful not to throw away my Keld right here. So Torn has to come out and try to do some work. The other alternative for them would be going out into... No, they have to go Torn here. And then they have to... I mean, I guess they could go off the Hydro Pump miss, but I would never stand against Torn. I would always go T-Tar, because even if they make the Grand Double, that's fine. So the Grand Double slash U-turn right here is so obvious, but I'm going to go T-Tar. As they just go for Hurricane. Gets a Confusion, which is like really bad. I'm going to Fire Punch here, as they actually have Superpower. That caught me off guard right there. But I guess now what I can do is go out here into my Tapu Lele. And I believe my best play is just to go ahead and Psychic. Scissor comes in, which takes a good amount. I'll go ahead and bring out my Keld on this. I think that's a very fair play. And then I can just go ahead and Scald, perhaps. Yeah, because Roost comes out. I just Scald here, I think. Yeah, that's doing too much damage to them. So they should either Bullet Punch here for the damage for Gran, or sack off their Torn, yeah. So now, I mean, Gran has to come out, and Gran's not going to beat me. I just go for Scald against this, and it'll knock it out. If it doesn't knock it out, I'll regret, or they can just flinch me and win that way. Okay, never mind, I might lose. I think I keep Keld because it can take a hit from the Scissor and go cure him here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this out now. And I got to make a play. Do I Moonblast or do I hit and Power Fire? I'm Scarf, right? I'm going to hit and Power Fire. Nice, I got that out, okay. And I'm able to win anyway here because I just switch out and come back in, and that'll be that. So yeah, I can just Moonblast here, and then that'll be able to go ahead and get rid of the Gran. So, I mean, the flinch nearly cost me the game right there, but we were able to go ahead and win anyway, which is very cool. My opponent really messed up their Feeny plus Heatran. I'm not quite sure what was happening right there, but I'll be right back with another game. Okay, I got another game right here, battling up against a Sun team, which Kieran Black can definitely have a lot of fun against. Now, I'm really anticipating potentially Torkoal to be their lead right here. Unfortunately, due to the Sun being a factor, my Keldeo will not be able to go ahead and OHKO that. I also really got to be careful about the Venusaur, but Tyranitar Sandstream right here is going to be very valuable. Don't want it to get Will-O-Wisp initially though, so going to go ahead and try to prevent that from being a thing. I'm going to lead off here with my Lele on Hoopa. Hoopa takes this, doesn't it? Hoopa definitely takes one from full. Lele, Choice, Scarf. Yep, it takes it. Do I take the damage or do I sack? What am I doing right here? I don't have a switch in. I'm going Tyranitar. As Psychic comes out. So would they go for Focus Blast here? I'm going to go Torn on the Drain Punch. Nice. And this gives me a free U-turn. So we were able to go ahead and get that maneuver right, which is very cool. And then I get Static Paralyzed immediately, which is not very cool. I'm going to go ahead and bring out Kieran Black here. And essentially what I'm doing here is just forcing my kill, right? Nothing comes in. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit him up with a Sub-Zero Slammer. If Torkoal comes in, I'm not really that worried. Victini, I'm not worried about either. Took a lot. So it's going to go for what? V-Create here? I'm going to go Tyranitar on the V-Create. What's my endgame here? I think Lele is my endgame. They go for a U-turn. I don't really care about the U-turn, but the crit's kind of bad. Because now I'm in range of... Well, I was in range of Hoopa anyway, but... maybe the crit doesn't matter. Goes out into Hoopa Unbound. I'm just going to Stone Edge here, and I actually outspeeded. That crit did not matter. This is a max attack Stone Edge against a base 60 defense Hoopa Unbound. That definitely killed. So... yeah, we're able to go ahead and get rid of the Hoopa right there. I'm actually surprised they were that slow. So this is probably going for Will-O-Wisp if I had to guess. Gonna go Torn here. Could just go for Rocks. They double to Venusaur. Okay, so I can try to U-turn. They should Growth, right? Okay, so they actually switch out. Okay, that's not the worst for me. Gonna go right here for a slow U-turn, I'm thinking. They tried to go Eggy on my U-turn. What is this? Gonna go for U-turn again. Okay, so that's actually the Z-move user. That's really good for me, because that means it's not the Venusaur. Which means right here I can just go, perhaps, T-Tar. And now this is going to outspeed me, but it won't kill me. I'll bring out T-Tar here, and I'm thinking just click Stone Edge, right? That has a low kick, huh? I just got blown away by a low kick. Yeah, okay, can I win this? I mean, Kyurem can win it. Is that a Mega Venusaur? If it is, I gotta keep a Lele. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Lele endgame here, which means all I actually need to do is weaken this Exeggutor. So let's go for an Ice Beam. Maybe they'll stay in again. Torkoal comes in. Okay, not the biggest deal. I just Earth Power here. And I got a crit there too. I mean, that crit definitely mattered. Victini has to come in next, yeah. I just go maybe Aggron here is what I'm thinking. Now, I want to keep Aggron sturdy just for the Exeggutor in case that ends up costing me the game. I think I go hard Keld here. as V-Create is the play. Not the big deal. I can just go for an Icy Wind here, I'm thinking. You shouldn't stay in. Yeah, an Exeggutor comes in, which means I think I just win with my Lele at that point. Because I just Psychic everything now. I miss, which is a little bit lame. I'll go Aggron here, and... So I should just get up rocks, but I don't want to lose to this thing. So I'm just going to Fire Punch it. Yep, my play was always not to Mega Evolve. So now Venusaur can come out, I guess. Kinda sucks that I had to get my Sturdy broken, but we can go ahead and make it work. I think my Lele wins every time with Psychic, so this thing has to come back out. I just go ahead and stay in here. I guess I'll Mega Evolve now and try to get up rocks. And then I just bring in Lele here and Psychic 3 times per game. This definitely does not outspeed me right here, so... I just Psychic this, I Psychic Venusaur, and I Psychic the other thing. And even if I don't knock out the Venusaur, then I should be able to beat it with my Kyurem. And then Kyurem knocks out Zapdos. Yeah, this goes down. Healthy as Zap. 89. That could be an issue. No, I just Psychic Kyurem and then I beat it with my Kyurem. They get the Para, of course. Like, why would they not? And then I get paralyzed on the turn that I would outspeed anyway and knock it out. Okay, so they need to actually get a Para right now. And they don't. Nice. So now Venusaur comes in. If it's Sunny Day Venusaur, I just lost the game. But I'm gonna go for a Psychic here. As they go for that. They have to try to Synthesize on me, which ideally I just don't get paralyzed here, and it won't matter. They just go ahead and forfeit. Nice. So we're able to go ahead and win that game. Nearly got robbed by hacks at the end right there. I swear Zapdos always just clutches out the game with Para randomly at the end. But we're getting even higher on the ladder now, which is very cool, and I'll be right back with another game. Okay, got the next game right here. I recognize the team. I'm pretty sure it's Choice Scarf Weavile team right here, so just gotta be careful about that. Tyranitar has a lot of fun right here, as does my Lele. My Lele can easily win this game. So just gotta be smart about those, but I really gotta be careful about the Zardax. That thing could get really scary really fast right here. So I'm really anticipating potentially a Koko lead or maybe a Lando lead by my opponent right here. And Kyurem Black really does not care about either. So let's do this. Ferrothorn lead is not the worst for me because what it allows me to do is just ICMZ initially. They go for a Protect, which is pretty bad for me. I'll get an Aggron here. But I was really hoping that would actually allow me to go ahead and ICMZ that, just so my Lele could have a lot of potential late game. But now that this has happened, I'm just going to go ahead and trade rocks with them as they go for a Leech Seed. Do I really care about this getting worn down? Kind of, yeah, I do. I'm going to go with Torn here on potentially maybe a Landorus. Okay, so this is fine. Not if they have Stone Edge. Do I need this thing? I really don't. I'm just going to go for a Hurricane. I, of course, miss on the Defog. That damage would have been really nice for Tyranitar, but I guess it's okay. I'll just go right here for a knock. Into the Koko. I get rid of a Specs, which could maybe be worse for me. I don't know. Gonna go T-Tar here on maybe a Volt Switch or U-Turn. U-Turn would be a little bit more annoying, but they just go for Thunderbolt. Okay. So I'm thinking here Ferrothorn might come back. I'm thinking Ice Punch right here is not a bad play. Either that or Stone Edge. I'll just Stone Edge here. They get a crit U-Turn, which weakens me even more. Not getting the very luckiest right here between the crit and the other thing. And I missed my Stone Edge on top of that. Yeah, it's okay. Let's get in my Torn here. I still see my endgame, and it's with my Lele. This thing's in range of that now, which is very helpful. But this thing just became a giant problem for no reason. Gonna get in T-Tar. On a Dazzle. Really surprised you had Dazzle there out of everything. Yeah, so, I mean, I have 2 Pokemon in range of my Lele now, but just the fact that I wasn't able to go ahead and do what I wanted with getting rid of the rocks, hitting the Hurricane onto that thing, is kind of bad for me. I mean, so here I'll go Keld. He's just going to go ahead and Protect to scout my move, so I have to Secret Sword. As they don't, and I knock it out. Never mind, my opponent just threw away the Pokemon that switches into Moonblast, so... I mean, hey, cool. Koko comes back in. This thing's a problem. I don't think this thing's going to take 2. I think I just go Kyurem. I'm going to go Aggron here. As Thunderbolt comes out. Okay. So I actually think it might be worth getting in Kyurem. No, I don't think that's worth it. I think I just throw this out. Yeah, this is Thunderbolt twice. I get in Kyurem now, I think. Actually, I just go Lele and Moonblast. Yeah, 100%. I just go Lele here and click Moonblast. It knocks this out. It'll 2-hit KO Landorus. It should do good enough to Manaphy. This thing, never mind. It was Eye of Papa Berry, so now I actually have to switch out again. How much did it live on? Probably I don't know. Let's get in Torn here on the knock. I mean, my helmet being gone is a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world by any means. I cannot hit a single Hurricane today, which is kind of bad. Can I take Dazzle after? I don't think I can, but I have to try. I have to try this. I can't take a Dazzle from that percentage. I'm gonna go Lele here on the Dazzle. Yep, okay, I get in on the Dazzle, nice. And this allows me to finally Moonblast and just knock something out. You should sack off Landorus again, yeah, okay, nice. So, can I win this game? I'm trying to find out right here if it's possible. Weavile comes in. It is Choice Scarf Weavile. I'm very well aware of this. So I'm going to go here into my Keldeo as I'm able to go ahead and take that on. So Specs being gone for me might be better, but now I'm in range of this thing. So that Zardex is going to probably sweep me. I just Secret Sword here as Manaphy comes in. So I mean here I can just pivot to Torn. On the Psychic doesn't do too much at all. Can I hit a Hurricane today? Maybe I'll hit one here. Maybe. Nice, okay, so that thing's in range of my Lele now. Cool. I value that a lot. So now I go Lele, I think. I could also probably just go Kyurem here. I think I go Lele and I Psychic it. Just to force out the Weavile after. You should never go hard Weavile right here. That would be a choke. So I'm Psychicing right here just to force out the Weavile after because it doesn't invite in Zard to Dragon Dance. So yeah, this comes in. Maybe it has Pursuit. I don't know if it actually does. Did that knock me out? It did not. So I needed that to not knock me out, which is very good. I have to Hydro Pump here. They suck off the Zard, huh? Why do you suck off the Zard? Because this thing comes in, right? I just go ahead and... I think what I do is I Hydro Pump here, they knock me out, I go Lele, I click Moonblast, I knock this out or I knock out Weavile. If Weavile comes out after, it has to knock me out, Kyurem Black beats Weavile. That's the endgame I'm looking at right now. The other alternative would be sacking Kyurem here, and then going Lele, and using Keldeo to beat the Weavile. I think that's a better option. Yep, so that happens. Let me just make sure that Moonblast actually kills. It should. If it doesn't kill, I'll be very surprised. I'm still Scarf, right? Yeah, I think my opponent choked this. Despite all that ridiculous Torn hacks again. I've been getting very unlucky this live, but it's kind of been working out. Let's see, Moonblast, if it doesn't do 62, I've lost. It does 62, nice. And, I don't know, do you actually have an attack to beat my entire team? Oh, I guess that's the option. Don't flinch me down. Don't flinch me down, please. They'd actually flinched me down. I have another chance here. Nice, okay, so I was able to go out and win that game. Yeah, they definitely messed up their endgame. Wow, I got 7 points out of that game right there, but I don't know why they sacked off the Zard when it just won the game. I know for a fact that was Zard X right there, but we were able to go ahead and win at the end, and I'll be right back with another one. Okay, I got the next game right here. Probably going to end up being our last, depending on how long it is, but Toxapex is annoying, but my Lele right here just has a lot of potential again. Being able to go ahead and click Psychic and Moonblast through my opponent's team. Tyranitar right here just helps out a lot too, being able to go ahead and eliminate Lottie and potentially Victini. So I really want to try to prioritize my rocks early, but T-Spikes are just going to completely stop that plan. So I got to keep that in mind. Torn is also one of my better ways of checking the pincers. So I am going to go ahead and lead off here with my Aggron, I think. Either that or Keld. I'm going to lead off here with Aggron on Peck. So they want T-Spikes up right away. Going to go Torn here on probably a T-Spike and just defog it. No point in risking Aggron getting Scald Burnt right away. That would be kind of lame. But yeah, the problem with me getting up hazards is every time I try, they get up a T-Spike. So they burn me right away. A little bit bad, but I guess, I mean, it's Scald. It'll burn quite a lot. I'll go right here for a knockoff, as they actually allow me to knock off their Black Sludge. That's really good for me. I'll go right here for a defog, as that Pokemon goes for that move. I'll go right here for a U-turn, as probably T-Spike would come back out, is what I'd imagine. So I mean, here I can just go Lele, as yeah, T-Spike comes back out. So if they're switching out, it'll be here into probably Ferrothorn. So I'm going to go right here into Torn. Victini comes in. If this is Scarf, I have to switch out. So I'm going to go T-Tar. Yep, V-Create comes out, and I can just go ahead and click Pursuit right here and probably eliminate this thing. They try to switch it out, and Pursuit's going to knock out the Victinis. So Tyranitar has done basically what it needed to. I mean, it would be nice to get rid of Lottie too, but you can't ask for everything right here. So Pinsir comes in after, I guess, just to go for... I can't let it SD, so I'm just going to go right here for a Stone Edge. Like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I couldn't let it SD. So, I mean, here I can go Lele and Psychic. I don't want to get poisoned, so I'm just going to go Torn and Defog rather. Actually, I think Hurricane initially probably is better. Just in case they stay in for no reason. Yeah, they should go Pex, but like I can just defog on Pex now. So what's my best endgame here? They probably Scald again, is what I would guess. Scald into T-Spike, that sounds good for them. I would get in Kyurem Black on the switch in this time. Yeah, there's a Scald. I'll go ahead and U-turn here. Probably back to Lele, to be honest. I mean, if they have knockoff, that would be bad. They go for Scald again. Nice. So I'm basically able to go ahead and just... I have a Psychic here, right? I don't think I predict ever. Yeah, like as obvious as that switches, I get okay damage on it. And here I can just go Aggron. As the rocks go up, gonna go ahead and... just go right here for a Fire Punch is what I'm thinking. Because if they want to give me damage on this, I will take that. As they go right for a Leech Seed. I'll go Torn here because it's a very safe double. Like, this Ferrothorn is weakened for my Lele now, which I value quite a lot. Really surprised he would stay in there, but I'll just go ahead and defog here. I gotta be careful about the Pinsir, but I think Lele can check that pretty easily. So Landorus is still at full. If that's a Rock Polish Lando, do I care? I don't think so. Aggron is still one of my better responses to... I hate that this thing is getting recovery so much. I'm gonna go right here for a knockoff. As I knock out... they didn't get a Barox there, which is really good for me, but... at this point, I think what I have to do is go Kyurem. Either that or Keld. I think Kyurem is better. And my Fusion bolting into Pex. What's happening here? I'm gonna ICMZ. Landorus T gets sacked. Okay, good sack by my opponent, not gonna lie. T-Spikes are gonna be annoying late game. Lottie comes in. Okay, I go Aggron on this. On the Psyshock, okay. I'm thinking they shouldn't stay in, but I'm gonna Heavy Slam in case they do. Yeah, Pex comes in. Now I go Lele on this. As a T-Spike goes back up. I'm gonna hit and Power Fire here into the Ferrothorn. Knock that Pokemon out, nice. So that's really helpful for me. Lottie has to come back in. I just go Aggron on it. Surf does a good amount, not gonna lie. That's actually doing a lot more than I would like. Gonna go right here for... so they should be Scarf, right? They could basically have to be Scarf. Gonna go for Rocks here, or at least attempt to. I'm gonna go Lele now, and I kind of have to make a play. Do I go for Psychic or Moonblast? I think I just Moonblast. Pex comes in. Kind of bad for me. Gonna go Kyurem here. As long as Lele is alive, I won't lose to the combination of these two. Lottie comes back in on a double, so it's going for Draco Meteor here. I'm gonna attempt an Ice Beam. If they choke right here and give me this Ice Beam on Lottie, I win with my Lele on the spot. Or they can miss, which is not what I was going for at all, but I think I just win with my Lele now. Pex comes back in. I mean, I can just Fusion Bolt this. I think at this point, I just robbed my opponent of the game with that. Yeah, Scald comes out. Doesn't do enough. They have to switch out here. So I'm going to go right... I think I just Fusion Bolt again, to be honest. Because that guarantees the win with a Lele now. Yeah, I just robbed my opponent hard. So yeah, here I just sack. The Psyshock. I go Lele, which lives anything. I go right here. Maybe they'll win anyway. It depends on how much Toxic I'll be taking. Okay, never mind. I sacked the win con. Okay, that's fine. I was thinking maybe they could come in and try to... this will go down, right? Yep, that goes down, and I definitely just robbed my opponent with that Draco miss, but like I was really not anticipating that attack to come out, but I just got lucky right there, and we were able to go ahead and win every single game. So we ended up at 1868. Where is that on the ladder? Let's find out right here. I robbed my last opponent. I feel really bad about that, but we're at number 73 right here. We got our GXE up to 77. Which is, like, I guess okay, but not the best right there. As you guys see, there's a lot of 80s, but I did hope you all enjoyed. The team will be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out, and I'll see you all next time. Later.